Some women don't chase, and yet they're never forgotten. They don't beg, they don't explain, and somehow they live in the deepest corners of his memory, like a scent that drifts back in dreams, or a voice he thinks he hears in the quiet. Not because they gave him more, but because they triggered something ancient in him, something he was never taught to name, something he buried beneath ego, achievement, and armor. He thinks she was just a phase, just another beautiful storm, but her silence echoes louder than her presence ever did. And he doesn't know why he can't forget her. What she touched in him wasn't the man. It was the boy, the hidden, the fractured, the unhealed, the shadow. Carl Jung called it the part of ourselves we disown, the shame we exile, the pain we cover in pride. And some women, without meaning to, become the flame that draws this shadow out from hiding. She didn't try to control him. She didn't yell or cling or prove her worth. She just was. And in being fully herself, undemanding, unchained, she reflected everything he had never faced within. His buried rage, his mother wounds, his unmet hunger for tenderness, his fear of vulnerability wrapped in charm and conquest. He couldn't name it, but his body remembered. His dreams turned restless. Her voice stirred in his chest like a whisper from a forgotten life. The first time he pulled away, she didn't chase. She felt the shift and stepped back, not out of punishment, but because she knew a man's love born in fear is never real. So she let the space grow. She let the silence speak. And unknowingly, she activated the fracture he'd tried to bury since boyhood. Not all women do this. Only the ones who move with both warmth and distance, grace and gravity, compassion and command. He smiles, but it's tight. His eyes chase her, but his body stays still. And beneath that practiced coolness, something is unraveling. Because for once, he isn't in control of the narrative. She isn't mirroring him. She isn't responding to his silence with desperation. She simply watches. And that gaze, unpanicked, unbothered, feels like exposure. He doesn't know what she triggered. He only knows the pattern broke. He can no longer ignore that beneath his confidence is chaos. Beneath his logic is longing. Beneath his dominance is a desperate need to be chosen without the mask. The obsession begins where the illusion ends. This isn't about her beauty. It's about her energy. The way she carried herself like a secret, not begging to be understood, not afraid to walk away. She was the anima, the feminine blueprint buried in his psyche, but she didn't cater to it. She reflected it back with sovereignty, and in doing so, she became dangerous. Not because she harmed him, but because she made him feel, truly feel, beyond the surface, beyond the games, beyond what he could control. She knew her value wasn't up for debate, not because she was cold, but because she had met her own shadow long before she met his. She had learned to sit with longing, to hold herself in silence, to walk through fire without begging someone else to carry her out. And that's why he remembers her, because obsession doesn't grow in excess. It grows in absence, in the space where she used to be, in the mirror she shattered when she left. The man who once thought he had power now faces the truth. The feminine doesn't need to fight for respect. She only needs to see herself, to remember what she reflects, to know that her silence is a mirror, and her presence is a medicine most men aren't ready for. So if he obsesses, if he spirals, if he dreams of her voice long after it's gone, it's not because she bewitched him, it's because she awakened him. The woman who walks away in silence isn't weak. She simply sees more.